Hello, and today it's not good morning, it's good afternoon. So after the last video there was very heavily requested the lasagna, pumpkin chicken lasagna. So we're going to do that one today. It's the next day, so I'm getting straight onto it. And also interested in the chicken one, so the lemon pepper butter one. So I'll do that as well. But really cold here today. It's like 12 degrees. So anyway, I need to grab the puree out of the freezer. I probably should have done this morning. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. So I'm going to pop that into a bowl of hot water and just try and get that thawing down as quickly as possible. So we're doing another what's for dinner, and just run some hot water. I'll get these thawing, and we're going to be making this recipe up on the fly together. Just looking at the amount of pumpkin that I have, I'm hoping that will be enough. Maybe some pumpkin slices would have been nice. I'm not going to do a tomato, it's not going to be tomato based either. It's just going to be the sauce instead of the tomato sauce. It's going to be, the pumpkin. And we'll make a cheese sauce, not a bechamel. A bechamel sauce is one without cheese. That's traditional with lasagnas, but I'm going to do a cheese sauce. And what I really think would go really nicely in this would be spinach, like fresh spinach, but I don't have any fresh spinach. I don't even have any frozen spinach. So I've got to put some in the garden before it gets too much colder. And yeah, it would have been nice to have it because I think the green would look really good. I've just been up to my big freezers up in the storage area, and I do have a big huge bag of grated zucchini, so I could have used that, but it's in one big chunk. So what I should have done was freeze down smaller bags. But anyway, we'll try and get this thawed enough so that I can get it into a pot and we'll start heating it up. And I just need to go and see, I'm pretty sure I got some lasagna noodles left. I don't really feel like making pasta today if possible, but I'll just go and have a look at my buckets and see if I've got lasagna sheets. It'd be terrible if I didn't. Okay, so I've got myself a little more organised. I've got my Instant Pot, or mine is a Russell Hobbs. It's just over here, and I took out two of these from my other little fridge freezer over here, and I also took out some chicken breasts from here, which we will be using for the pan fried chicken. But I won't do 2 chicken meals in a row. I'll do chicken tonight, and I'm not sure husband is even going to eat this, but we'll give it a go. So these are still frozen from having them in the fridge, so I'm going to chuck them in my Instant Pot and cook them down, and then I will shred it. If you don't have a multi-cooker, a pressure cooker, then just by popping them into a pot and cover the chicken breast with water, and then just poach them until they're cooked, and then you can pull the chicken apart. Then you could use pre-cooked chicken, you could use a rotisserie chicken, you could even use smoked chicken breast. If you wanted to do thighs, you could do thighs. We are making this recipe up on the fly. So I'm going to put that into there and get that started. So we'll do that first. I need a knife. And these definitely are a little freezer burnt, but they're still fine to use. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just not as pretty. So I'm just going to wash my hands. I'm not going to poach these, but, cover them in water, because there's going to be a lot of steam in here anyway. So I'm just putting a couple of cups of water down the bottom, popping the lid on, and I'm going to pressure cook that for 20 minutes. We'll see how that goes. Manual 20, alright, and that's on seal. Okay, so that's started. The pumpkin puree is almost thawed. I've grabbed myself out a little dish. Now I've got a few different lasagna sheet options. I've got a partially opened box here. I've got these beautiful, can you see those? They're sort of ribboned and they're that long. I can't even remember where I bought them, but I thought, oh gosh, they're so beautiful. So I'm thinking, oh, do I use these today because I love the little curl on there, or should I use up this box and this box, which are, you know, a bit older? And then there's that packet that we did with the shop with me, so I do have one of those left as well. So I've got a bit of lasagna noodles left, so this is kind of, I'm tempted to use these, but I think I'm going to save them for another time. Use up what I've already got. Alright, so the next thing we need to make is a big pot of, I might even do it. Might do it in my saucepan here. I'm going to make up a cheese sauce. So I'll bring you down for that, but I will pop some onion into it as well, because that'll be quite nice to have some onion through this. Oh, wish I had something green. It just reminds me that I need to process some spinach, and either process some or buy some so that I've always got some on hand. Right, okay, let's get to making this cheese sauce. Right, so put a bit of sunflower oil bottom there. Some salt to help sweat out the onions. And a good knob of butter. So you could put zucchini in here right now, and that would be quite nice. Although you probably wouldn't want it in the cheese sauce, so you'd probably want to put it with the pumpkin puree. While I'm waiting, I've got this cheese that I got at Costco. So I've had it for quite a while, so it's sharp and crumbly. So I'm going to grate up some of that, and I'm going to grate up some mild cheese as well, and we're going to put some Parmesan cheese in the cheese sauce as well, because we want lots of flavour in this cheese sauce. So that's perfect. I'm going to grab some flour. Just going to add some flour and cook that out for a minute. Now I'm going to use milk powder today. Swap to a whisk, and that will help get any lumps out. I'll probably put maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 heaped tablespoons of flour in there. And that was 2 cups of water to start with. Now I'm just going to pop, I don't know, about 6 tablespoons of milk powder into my measuring cup here, and grab another cup of hot water. Just going to stir that around. But any lumps I'll get out with the whisk anyway. Let that continue to heat up. This is coming up to heat. Right, I've got some Vegeta chicken stock, so I'm just going to plonk that in for some extra flavour. I always put that into my sauces. Gives it a little bit more of a zing. We're going to put in some pepper. Pop in some chives. I've got them here, so might as well use them. I'm just going to cook this down a little bit. Just a little bit more milk powder down the bottom there. Now you want this cheese sauce to be relatively on the thicker side. It's actually a little thinner than what I would normally like right now, but that's okay. We'll see what it's like after we've added the cheese. So I'm just going to add the cheese in now. Do half. Whisk that in. And we've got to turn it down as well. It's starting to thicken up. Smells really, really good. And I'm going to grab some Parmesan. Keep that in the freezer. Just for a different flavour. Let all that melt together. Now we'll give this a taste. Make sure that we're on the right track. Wow, it's got such beautiful flavour. I'm going to do something a little weird. Well, some might think it's weird. I'll be right back. Right, I've grabbed a little bit of nutmeg. Nutmeg is great in savoury dishes, not just for sweet dishes. It goes with pumpkin. It's really good in a cheese sauce. So I'm going to put the smallest of shaving in here just for the aroma and slight flavour of it. Giving it a go. That's all. And put some more pepper. And it needs some salt. Get a new spoon. Give this a taste now. That just brought that to a whole nother level. Oh, delicious. I can taste the sharp vintage cheese with the mild in the background and the little bit of parmesan. That nutmeg just brought it up another level, and delicious. All right. And you could see it was only a very, very slight dusting. So it's not even an amount that I could even say I'll put 1/4 teaspoon, because it wasn't 1/4 teaspoon. It was just a small. Well, I'm going to have another go. We're on to a winner. Right, so that's ready. I can take that off the heat. So basically we're waiting on the chicken, and the pumpkin puree looks like it's just about thawed. So what I might do is just taste it. No, I won't taste it because it's cold, and that would be kind of a bit yuck, I think. So what I might do is heat that up in the pot, and I will salt and pepper it. And then yeah, because I think if all the ingredients are hot, that's going to be good, because I don't pre-cook my noodles. I never have. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be special noodles that say, you know, no pre-cooking required. Any lasagna sheet will be fine. So I'm going to start heating up that puree. So this is quite thick. I might thin it. See, that's the thickness of it. I might thin that down a bit. Don't want it as too thin, but I want to be able to spread it as well. So now I'm just going to add some salt. This isn't a whole teaspoon. It's probably about half a teaspoon. So I've added a teaspoon worth there. We'll also grab some pepper into it. I'm not going to add nutmeg to this though, just in the cheese sauce. A little bit more water. So if you want to know how I got the puree, I will link that video at the end and also in the description, and it shows you how I whole roasted the pumpkin. Otherwise you could roast it and then mash it down, just whatever way you like. So everything's warmed and ready. I can't tell you how many times I want to tell you, if you're going to make it, get some spinach, because I reckon that will be just the bee's knees. Anyhow, the chicken's got 2 more minutes. these two, the cheese sauce and the pumpkin puree is just sitting there. I've got my lovely KitchenAid ready, and we are going to use that to shred the chicken because the chicken's going to be hot when it comes out, and you can use just a plain egg beater to do it this way, and it's just the quickest way to shred chicken, and I honestly think shredded chicken will go well in this. My multi-cooker is done and I've let the steam out, so I'm just going to open it up. Those chicken breasts look ready, and I'm just going to, let's have a look, just double check that they're good. Yeah, they're good. They're a little tough, but they're okay. So I'm going to pop them into the mixer. Hopefully the mixer is going to be able to mix them still, because they do feel on the tougher side. Don't fall out. Ooh, hot. Right, I'm going to hit this with some salt and pepper and then just mix it by hand. Right, so everything is off to the side. I've got a couple of spoons, one for the cheese sauce, one for the pumpkin, and I've got a pair of tongs in with the chicken. And then I've got my lasagna noodles. Them ready as well. Okay. Oh, these are, I don't think these are good anymore. They are very, very white. Used by is only the 1st of the 10th 23, but these don't look right. They don't look right. I'm going to use my other packet. Check these ones as well. Yeah, see, it should have, you see the difference? So I'm not going to use them. Piggies can have them, and we'll just start with these ones and we'll use up the other ones. This is actually quite a quick meal. Right, so I'm going to put a layer of, I might put a little bit of pumpkin and some cheese sauce on this layer. You want something on the bottom layer so that the pasta doesn't stick to the bottom. So just add a little bit more. That fits perfectly. 2, and I'll see if I can split that 1 1/2 ish. Right, so that's that layer. Right, now I'm going to put a spoon of pumpkin. You want to make sure that the puree has got to all the pieces of pasta. That's the secret in not having to cook your pasta beforehand, is to make sure that the sauce is all over it. So there's that layer. Then I'm going to put on some chicken. Oh, so hot. And some cheese sauce. And I would put the spinach probably on now if I had it. Right, and then we're just going to layer again. Now this side had the broken piece, so we're going to put a lasagna sheet on this side, and then the smaller piece on that side. Okay, so we're just going to keep layering. Okay. Don't think I'm gonna. Yeah, I will try. See if we can get another layer. Because lasagna is all about the layers, right? As many layers as you can get. So 3 chicken breasts is probably too much. Easily do it with 2, maybe even 1 if you wanted to really cut back on the price. A little less sauce on this one so that I've got enough for the top. Broken end was there, I think. Okay, so now I'm not going to put chicken on this layer, I'm just going to put any leftover sauce. A spatula to get everything out. Cheese sauce, mix it all in like that first layer. So you definitely want to finish with a sauce on the top layer. You can't put cheese on it because it's too dry. You can see what I mean about it needing that green. That's alright. I'm sure you guys can make it with some spinach and you can send me the photos. Now I've grated some cheese, just a mixture of both, and we're going to top that. That's that. Now I'm going to put a piece of baking paper, this one that I haven't used. You put that first before you put the tin foil. The cheese isn't going to stick to the tin foil. If you only use tin foil, it will stick to the tin foil. And you definitely want to cook the first half of cooking, or most of the cooking, done with tin foil on. So the tin foil actually sort of serves as it's going to steam the lasagna noodles in with everything. So you definitely want to do that. And I've just had a thought. I meant to put garlic in with the onions. So put garlic in because I completely forgot. And I love garlic, so I'm going to miss the garlic in this. So I'm going to pop it in a 180 fan force oven. Spoon. Right. So I'm going to have a tidy up. I'm going to put the timer on for half an hour. After half an hour, I'm going to take off the tin foil and use a knife and see how al dente the lasagna noodles are. If the knife goes in without you feeling any resistance, that means that it's cooked. If you still feel a slight resistance, it means that it needs a bit longer. And I like to take the foil off for the last 10 minutes just to brown up the top. So yeah, you want the noodles cooked, but we will have a look when that time is ready. I've still got quite a lot of chicken left, so that's good. I can bag that up and chuck it back in the freezer if I wanted to now, because it's been cooked since it was last frozen, so it's safe to do that. I grabbed a loaf of my French bread that I made in January, and so that'll be good to use that up, and I'm going to turn it into a garlic bread, so I'll get my garlic hit that way instead. So I will do that later. Other than that, yeah, just to tidy up and wait for this to get ready. So ways that you could make this quite an affordable meal. For one, I actually think it's already quite affordable. Is you can cut back on the amount of chicken that you use. You can cut back and have no cheese, but just have a sprinkle of cheese on the top, and just use a bechamel sauce. You could, if you didn't want to use a cheese sauce, you could use cottage cheese. Cream cheese is really nice, so you could just put dobs of cream cheese instead of the bechamel sauce. And yeah, just like if you've got that pumpkin puree, I think this is quite an affordable meal. As long as you are using pumpkin when it's in season and at its cheapest. Right, it's half an hour. Have a look. Bring it over. Still haven't cleaned up. Okay. Try and keep this intact in case you need it. Oh, that's looking ooey and gooey yummy. I'm just going to get a knife. So I can still feel quite a bit of give in that pasta. So it needs probably, I'm going to try another 15 minutes. Try and get it back on again. So another 15 minutes and then we'll have another look. Just beeped again, so we're going to grab it. Smells delish. Right. It should be good this time. Yeah, that's perfect. I can still feel the lasagna sheets, but it's not like, it's going through a lot easier. It's a lot softer. So now, I don't know, can you see how easy that's going through? Still a little bit of give in some spots, but that's not too bad. Right, so, gosh, that looks divine and it smells so good. So we're going to give it another 10 minutes without anything on the top. Right, it's just gone off. I think we should be about right. Oh wow. Look at that. Is that not a thing of beauty? That's fully cooked. Pretty happy with that. Smells absolutely delicious as well. So what I'm going to do is, even though I crumpled it up, I'm going to unravel it as carefully as I can. And the trick with lasagna is don't serve it straight away. It needs time to set up. If you try to serve it straight away, it's going to fall apart on you. If you ever tried to serve up, you know, lasagna and it just like falls to pieces, so the trick is to just let it stand, and I would say give it good 10 to 15 minutes. It's going to stay piping hot, and just let it relax and firm up a little. So I'm going to just pop this back over. So we're just going to sit that there in a nice little warm blanket, and we're going to give it 10 to 15 minutes, and then I will try a piece with you. Alright, so I'll see you back again shortly. Okay, just going to try a little corner. With you. Oh, it's still really piping hot. I'll just get a little bit of everything. Everybody's arriving home. Oh. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Gonna try another bit. It's so good. I'm really, really happy with it. Be even happier if it had the garlic and the spinach through here, but that is a really, really nice dish. Really hope you try it. So good. Going to enjoy that tonight, and I'm going to whip up another Depression era salad, and we'll have a side of that and the garlic bread. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you on the next one. Alright, take care. Bye for now.